Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode here of Let's Talk Airguns. My name is Rick Utzler, and thank you guys for joining us tonight. Apologize, the timing was a little off there, so hopefully that's okay. We've got kind of a few things to talk about tonight. We have some announcements. We have some really cool news we want to chat with, and I also wanted to kind of give you guys. A lot of people don't quite know where we live or what we got going out here. So I thought, why not show you guys what it's like to be out here. It's kind of cool where we live, so I thought I'd show you guys a little bit about the area. I have some video we can show you. Hey there, Dave. Hey there, Frankie. Hey there, Raphael. Hope you guys are doing good. Yes, we're going to talk about the Red Wolf. First things first, though. I want to tell you guys that I am super pumped to announce that some news about Airgun Pro Shop. Now, Airgun Pro Shop is a company I started years ago, and I worked with somebody, and then I took it back over, and it's something that I really enjoyed. But it was something that I basically had around because we had folks here that needed a job, and it was a great way to provide a work environment for folks, and it worked really well for us here out at the ranch. And again, when you guys see where we live, you're going to understand why it would be tough if you lived here to have a job. But it was a great opportunity for us, for me to keep Airgun Pro Shop, and I did it at the council of my minister to do so. So this is not some great attaboy to me. It was me really heeding good counsel, and it worked out very well. And it provided an income for many families. It was really, really awesome. As things progressed, folks moved away, and it came to be where we had the Pro Shop, and it's something that my wife and my daughter and I ran, and it was, it was a lot of extra work. It was a lot of extra work. In fact, given the other projects we have, the computer business, I'll talk a little bit of that a little bit later, between the computer business, the social media, content creation stuff that we do, AirgunWeb and so forth. The Pro Shop was one of those things that it was, we had lots of very late nights doing packages and bookkeeping and everything. And it was really we needed to find a solution where the Pro Shop could continue to operate at the level I wanted it to operate at. But I needed just a lot of help. And we got some help, and we got some help in the way of, we have new owners. I mean, that's really, just short answer is I met some really great folks, actually over this show, and through the course of phone calls and many, many months, and a trip out here to sort of see the operation. Tyler and his wife Heidi decided to pick up Airgun Pro Shop, and I'm super excited because now I get to do the things with Airgun Pro Shop that I really love doing. I enjoy the consulting side of things. I enjoy the marketing side of things. I enjoy helping them, make the most of the opportunities that are around. And I'm still going to be very involved in that aspect of Airgun Pro Shop. But they are going to be the new sponsors of Let's Talk Airguns. So I want you guys to please, go visit the site. It's brand new. I'm going to show you guys the site here in a minute. For the longest time, let me just pull this up. For the longest time, I wanted to create a website that focused not on products, but focused on activity. And when we first started to discuss this really resonated with them. And so we built a new site with that in mind. So rather than I want to go buy a Benjamin, or I want to go buy an AirArms, or I want to go buy a XYZ gun, let's say you want to go bench rest, you want to shoot bench rest. Well, now you can go to the website and through activity, go and find rifles that are suitable for that activity. And I think that's just a great way for folks, pardon me, my hands are dry and my mouth isn't working. I think it's a great way for folks to be able to, especially new air gunners, find those products are based on activity. And it's also based on pricing tier. Excuse me. So, like if you're just starting out, you're a starter there's starter air guns versus intermediate versus enthusiasts. So I think this is a great change for Airgun Pro Shop because these guys really have the energy and drive to really put into it the effort that it needs to thrive. And I was not able to do it, frankly, between everything going on in my life between the the heart surgery and everything else that happened, I needed help, and I was very, very pleased to get a deal going with Tyler and Heidi. Now they do have, and I haven't talked with them today. Yeah, this is Timmy. I'm going to show you some photos from the rain too. We'll get to that. That's one of the things I want to talk about tonight. I know that they have an order coming in from Evanix. I haven't chatted with them about that today. Maybe they can, Tyler, if you're watching, maybe you can let me know the status of that. I know that they had to get set up with customs clearance and all things to get that in. So it's taking a little bit longer, but I knew that they've got some Rex pistols, rifles, some clouds, some various, different Evanex guns coming in. And once we know the date that's coming in, I'm going to be able to do some marketing to show you guys some of the new capabilities of the new valving on the 50 cal. So I'm super excited about that. So once we have a date, then I'll be able to show you guys. You guys can pre-order once we know it's on the way. So it's air freighted. So once we know we've got a tracking number, which is really a flight manifest, then we can go ahead and get those activated where you guys can start picking up some Evanex guns, because we've been out of stock for the longest time. So super excited about all of that news. So please, guys, go visit www.airgunproshop.com. Take a look at the new site. I'm super pumped about how this is going to work. Now, it's still in the infancy of us putting things together and how this is going to work. This is a big part of my role will be with them to help grow this out. And yes, you will be able to search by manufacturer, and you will be able to pull things up. If you know what you're looking for, you'll be able to go to find it that way. But if you're a new air gunner and you don't know what you're looking for, you just know you want to pest in the back, shoot pests in the backyard, or you want to target shoot, or you want to hunt, then all of these things are going to be tailored to that activity rather than you have to guess. And I think what a great way to promote the sport. It's something I was super excited about. I say that a lot, but it really is something I'm excited about, because it means that Airgun Pro Shop can I think meet its full potential. That makes me personally very, very happy. So guys, go check it out, www.airgunproshop.com. Let's Talk Airguns is brought to you by Airgun Pro Shop, and it will be they will be the sponsor. So we're going to be focusing on specials and cool things that they've got going on as we do these shows. We'll see how long that goes, but anyway, just wanted to tell you guys that bit of news. I'm very, very excited for it. Real quick, let's see if we got any questions I need to jump in on here. Let's see. Yeah, David, now you know why, Dave. Dave's saying he went to the website, it was all different. I said, yeah, now you definitely know why. Let's see. Timmy, no, I don't have things cleaned up from the rain yet. It's much better, and we've dried out quite a bit, but I still need to get down into the shop and do some work. I can't film in there yet, but hopefully we'll be able to shortly. Bruce is asking how the double battery GX compressor is working. I've had no problems. It's been working great. I use that a lot when I go and film. I just go and film. When I'm filming, that's what I use, generally speaking. Unless it's a big bottle gun and I have to fill it up, like the hammer and stuff, I'll take inside and use a larger compressor. But if I'm shooting a regular cylinder gun, that's what I'm using, and it works great. And the batteries definitely hold up for about an hour of straight use. So if you're filling, takes 2 to 3 minutes to fill, well, you can do the math and see how many top offs you're going to get. So that I'm super happy with that little compressor. It works great. And Angie's got a compressor she's working with. I don't know if she's done more with it, Angie, but she was testing a compressor, a new manufacturer that we hadn't worked with yet. Definitely want to check that out at Gateway to Airguns. So Angie, if you've got some more going on with that compressor, please let us know, and maybe we can do a video coming up, some more on that compressor, or show us you using that on some of the upcoming PCP reviews, because I know you got a bunch stacking up there. So there's lots of really good options on the market these days. Let me see here. Daniel's looking for some javelin slugs. Can't help you there. Let's see. Raphael, yeah. this was really cool how the Airgun Pro Shop happened, and I'm not going to go into all the details, but the short is there's a young couple that wanted to have the opportunity to control their own work environment. They have young children, and it's just a great way to be at home and be involved with the family on a regular basis and have a family business. And rather than starting from dead scratch, which would be very tough, they could just take over what we had going, which I think was really cool. It was good for me and really, really good for them. And again, I need you guys to go visit their website, and hopefully there's some stuff there that you're interested in. I know they're working on just adding more and more product, and I believe a lot of the stuff is what they have literally sitting on the shelves. Now, if you're in the Ohio area, that's a big state. Bellevue, is that right? Let me pull up the contact page, because they also have Bellevue. They have a retail storefront. So if you want to go and put hands on guns and you're in that area, they have a shooting range, they have a shop. That's something I have that, but getting people to drive out to me was never going to happen really. But they have all of those things. That's just really, really cool for them. Let's see here. Let's go. Let's see what we got here. Angie said she's been filling the Gauntlet 2 with the new compressor. It's been working good. That's awesome. We have a gentleman that got a Tuxing 4500. I'm curious which model you got there. All right, so let me jump to... All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys a video of the ranch, and it's all flooded outness. This wasn't the worst of the flooding. This is after it had gone down quite a bit, because I didn't want to fly my drone in the rain, because that wouldn't work real good. But I'm going to switch over to that so you guys can sort of see where we live. Now, I live in West Texas, and I'm going to go ahead and just start this. So we're going to start here. This is facing due east, and that is a shot of my range. You can see a lot of the water has already subsided. The ditches are full. We've got some standing water around. But it was this was all flooded out. So that's my range. And you can see my workshop and my connexes and my little, my big metal range building, the 2 connexes. I have a little garage there for storage. Anyway, let's go ahead and play this video. And so here we go. This is where I live, guys. We are 18 miles from this location to the interstate, and really there's nothing between us and the interstate. So before you can go anywhere, and now if you cross the interstate, there's a grocery store and there's Fabens. So if you're in Texas and you go to, I hate the way this hat sits, or my head is crooked. If you go to I-10, go to the Fabens exit 49, and turn north, if you just stay on that road, don't go off the road, just stay straight on that road, you'll come straight to our ranch. Now, you're seeing some properties here. This is my sister's place. My brother-in-law has some property here. A friend of mine has some property here. My lot is 20 acres. My sister's is 20 acres. And, we're gonna turn north now. And that's where my dad used to live, right there. That's my dad's old place. My sister lives there now. So let's see. So now we're going to turn west. So now you see the ranges there on your left. This stock pond is a new stock pond we have, and it filled up like quickly, and it went through its overflow, its spillway, and that just dumped all of the excess water right into my range. As we travel west here, we're going to see our chapel and our office and our camp kitchen, and on the right we have just some other ancillary properties, our well and so forth, and where our animals are up top there. And then you see our cell tower. That was pretty cool. That went in a couple years ago. So if you have AT&T and come visit, yeah, Angie saw our cabin. If you have AT&T and want to come visit, you'll have great signal here. You will not, if you have Verizon, you're SOL. You're not gonna do real well. But if you have AT&T, you're in good shape. All of this, except for a little sliver, is still all of our property here. We're about to climb to under just under 400 feet here, and we're taking a look at some cattle pens, and to the right there, which is sort of southwest, you see our other stock ponds. There's 160 acres that sort of come together. The four corners meet, and right sort of in the middle of those stock ponds. And those stock ponds filled. The furthest stock pond, by the way, is about I want to say it's over 200 yards. So it's I don't know, it's quite 300 yards, but it's over 200 yards, the furthest stock pond. So there's a settling pond, which is the little section with a little bit of a dam that was completely covered. And then there's the big section. So if that sort of gives you an idea how much water that is, but that filled up in about an hour. So that's how much rain and runoff we had. It was pretty shocking. Those roads that you see, those are that's the pipeline. So we live in between a couple different pipelines. The one that road you see off in the distance, that's what we call the upper pipeline, or the north pipeline. I don't know the name of the company. And then we have some neighbors that are quite a ways off. One neighbor, maybe another. And we're back to the stock ponds again. So we're going to fly back to the starting point here. But this is where I live. So when I say we're remote, we are remote. My dad started this years and years ago, almost 20 years ago, I guess. It's getting there. Almost 20 years ago, my dad started this ranch. There was nothing. There wasn't roads. There was nothing out here. And he and my mom and my sister, put the footprint in. And then we have a dear friend of ours, Bob, who's also our ranch foreman. And everything you see that works, and some stuff that doesn't work, because we can't give him too much credit. If he watches this, he'll get a big head. No, Daniel, I haven't gotten lost on the property. I've gotten lost off my property, but on it, no. It's about 600 or plus or minus acres that either we own or have control over through land trust or family trust or whatever. But everything you see that works, all of the buildings that have power and plumbing and water and all of that, Bob has done all of that. If it wasn't for Bob, we'd all still be trying to build stick houses, I think, or trying to live in teepees or something. But thank goodness that Bob stuck around for many years to help us out, and what a blessing he's been. So now we're just a couple minutes left here. This is that road that you're seeing there, sort of the one that's closest to the bottom of the frame. That road is like the northern property line. And then you see it sort of cut off there due west. There's a couple houses and some people with property over there. And, but yeah, so this is where I live. It is a long ways out. Like I said, it's 18 miles, maybe 18 and just a teeny bit from our ranch, our camp, out to the interstate. And you got to go there to go anywhere else. So before we do anything, it's about a 40-minute trip just to the interstate, which is, it has its advantages when you like being out and being remote. It has its disadvantages when you want to go get ice cream with the family in a hurry, because you just ain't going to be able to do it. But yeah, here's kind of the big view of the whole thing, and you can see my range, and Angie's cabin's over there on the left side. They're just past our stock pond that you sort of see. But yeah, that's it. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. That's just a little taste there, guys. You guys get to see now where we live, and we are out in the middle of nowhere. Or my dad would say, not quite nowhere, just left of it. So, all right. So let's switch back here. Just here's a still shot and another still shot. And if you guys want to see something really cool, let me just pull up one other video. You guys probably saw this on the, is it this one here? This one, how long is this one? I think it's this one. No, it's crooked. I can't show you that one. It's not turned the right way. But I'll show you what the water was like at my front door. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. Let me switch over. So this was my front door with the water when it came in, and you can see it's up. This flooded all out. I mean, this was it. Daniel's asked, do a hunting jacks video? I think I would be awesome. Are you talking about hunting jackrabbits or something? If that's what you mean, let me know, because I was thinking about going and doing a jackrabbit hunt here coming up. They're pretty much stupid and harmless animals. I would probably take one and then set up to try and do a coyote hunt. Is what I would probably go hunt jackrabbits for. But let me see if I can show you one other picture here of the property. Excuse me, my nose itches. This was inside the building. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll throw this up here. Oh, it's crooked. That's not helpful, is it? Let's do this. Hello. That's not useful either. Well, oh no, that was the. It helps if I use the raw. All right, so that's inside the range. I had to go down there in a hurry and actually had to put that refrigerator up on blocks because I didn't want it to get damaged. But we got about an inch and a half of water in the building, which was not. I mean, everything was up off the ground, so it wasn't horrible. We were fine, and I think we've got things in place now. So if we have this kind of weather again, we're not gonna have this same kind of issue. So here's a shot of the Connexes. Now, why is it doing that? I mean, really? There. You can see the water rising here. This was all just. Angie's been out here. I mean, she knows this was a lot of water. And man, it happened like that. When you're in the desert and it rains, man, it gets ugly. So there's a shot, just a nice little aerial shot, sort of the range and where we live. So we'll get back to some Airgun stuff now. So you guys kind of know where we live. Now let's talk about yesterday's video. I teased you guys on social media, and I didn't follow it real careful because I was busy doing a bunch of stuff. But excuse me, how's it go this way? I'm trying, my hat's backwards, and never mind. Anyway, I was talking about I got all these really cool SubMOA shots with a gun, and if you guys haven't seen the video, it dropped yesterday. But this is the Daystate Red Wolf. I mean, this is an exceptional air gun, and I shot 9 5-shot groups again for PyramydAir's SubMOA contest. If you guys haven't submitted, please go check it out. It's www.pyramydair.com. I think it's /contest. Links are in the video description, so you guys can definitely check this out. But here's, I shot 9 groups, and I got 5 groups that all were SubMOA at 50 yards. And we're not talking half inch, we're talking less than half inch, so truly SubMOA. And one group here, this one is just incredible. 0.23 inches center to center at 50 yards. And if you guys watch the video, I'm bucking the wind too. So we had some wind. We had me behind the trigger, the greatest deficiency of the whole bunch. And we were still able to pull together some pretty awesome groups. I'm talking to Airguns of Arizona right now about getting what I hope to be 100-yard SubMOA gun. We've got something in the works. I'll be talking to them maybe the end of the week. It's going to cost some money that I don't have on hand right at the moment, and I have some other projects that I'd like to work on. I'm looking at potentially picking up a Hatsan Factor. I know that that's going to be a popular gun, and it probably is a popular gun. It's right there, sort of right there. It's probably made maybe in the next door factory to Hatsan as like the Benjamin Gunner, which is a gun I really, really like. So I'm thinking about picking one of those up and adding that to sort of my testing process. Can it shoot better than the Hatsan Factor, or can it shoot better than the Gunner? And then I've got the FX Dreamline that I haven't even put together, put a scope on it yet. So, man, I've got a bunch of really cool guns that I've got to get to. But this one, You know, this was impressive. This is what I mean, for 50 yards, this thing is just awesome. But I want a 100-yard gun. I'm going to start with the FX and see how it does. And if it gets it done, then maybe I don't need to look at the Red Wolf that I'm looking at. But if it doesn't, then I definitely am going to be looking to get maybe a 25 cal high power is what I'm looking at, because I think that's going to be the sweet spot, I think, for me. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We're some months out from that. But as you can look here, so here's the question, and I get I get this question sort of often. And Daniel, it's a legitimate, really, really good question. Do I sort my pellets and do I weigh them? Do I measure them and weigh? No, I don't. And maybe I should. I don't. Okay. How can I put this? Folks that do that, I look up to them for their diligence to the sport and their. I just look up to what they're doing. I mean, I personally, what I'm trying to bring. Mark, tin cans and a Red Rider. I don't care what you're shooting, just get shooting, have fun. I want to bring sort of like, gosh, how can I put it? I want to show what the average person in the average conditions ought to be able to get with their air gun. And that means I'm probably not going to sort and weigh pellets. Now, if I ever were to shoot competitively, like if I went to EBR or something like that, or one of these other shoots, and somebody wanted me to go and represent their product or whatever, and I went, then yeah, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to take every variation and every variable out of the equation. So I'm going to weigh, I'm going to measure, I'm going to do all of that stuff so that I know that what I'm shooting is as consistent as possible. But reality is, the average person is going to buy a tin of pellets. They're going to sit down at some sort of table, and it's probably not going to be a concrete bench down at their local range. It could be something in their backyard, and they're going to shoot. And I want to show, generally speaking, what that person in those conditions can get. I know that there's others that go way beyond that, and they go through all types of things to give you like every group's 0.23 inches center to center. First of all, I know that is just not going to be the case, because there's variables that happen between the shooter and the equipment and the environmental conditions. There's variables that happen that you're not always going to shoot a sub quarter-inch group at 50 yards. Not going to happen. Something's going to cause that to open up. What I want to do, and why I'm showing probably more so now than I ever have in the past, what I want to do is show the good, the bad, the ugly. What works. I got a text here. Hold on. This is from... okay, the FX rifles were picked up today, so they should be on their way. That's very, very cool. They were picked up by the freight forwarder and the customs clearance. So that's awesome. So that means we should have FX guns in by the end of the week. So if that's the case, once just text me once you have a date when you're going to be getting them, or at least estimated date, and then we've got some cool work to do, because I've got the pistol. I want to show everybody what you're getting with the new valves. Anyway, again, back to this, Dave. I don't know that I will, for my video work, size and sort and weigh the pellets. If I ever shoot competitively and I'm doing that on behalf of a client or something, then yeah, I'm going to do that, because I want to make sure it's as consistent as possible. But just me personally shooting in my backyard, big backyard, right? I just want people to see what they should get in average conditions. And I know that there's folks out there that maybe only show the best groups, and I used to do that. I used to be one of those guys years ago. But now, today, I want to show from the best to the worst. When you look at guns like, I don't have one right in front of me, but say the NRA Rifleman Mag, or these gun reviewers in like the Firearms magazine, they actually give you the average size group. So they don't give you just the best. or the worst. They give you the average. So say my best group was this, my worst group was this. We got the average of this. And that, I think, is more valuable. Personally, I think that's more valuable than just showing this is what I get, because I don't think that's realistic. All right, talked about that enough. Let's move on. Let's see. If I was going to try and do my absolute all-time best, by the way, guys, we've got all kinds of weather going on. My UPS is clicking back and forth. So if you hear that clicking noise or the computer throwing some sound at us, that's the power fluctuating. So hopefully we don't lose power or internet, even worse. So anyway, let's see. That's funny. All right, take a sip here. So this is what we got with the Daystate Red Wolf. Very, very cool. I did like shooting this gun. Do like shooting this gun. I tried shooting this at 100 yards, as you guys probably heard on the video. It did not do well. It's not going to do well at 100. And we'll see what we're going to do next with this. I would like to test some slugs. So I think the next thing I'm going to try some 22 cal slugs and see if we can best our groups. We got a good sampling here of what this gun can do with pellets. Now I'm going to see what it can do with slugs. So, all right. Let's see. It's 7:02. Let's see if we have any questions. The filter question. I did see your question. Let me see what it was in reference to. When should I change the filter on the pump? On that was with the Origin. You talking about like the little teeny baby filter? I open it up, see if it's dirty. If it's clean, then don't worry about it. If it's dirty, then change it. I would change if it looks dirty. That's what I would say. If you're talking about a different filter, then let me know, and I will see what I can do. Yeah, Tyler's up here. He's been texting me, and if you guys can reach out to Tyler, he's there with us. Tyler Alt and his wife are the new owners of Airgun Pro Shop. So he comes and watches pretty regular. So let's see here. On that front, let's get back over to Airgun Pro Shop a little bit because I happen to know what they have in inventory. If you guys are interested, they do have some Avenger bullpups. And they have some Avenger wood stocks. I know that between what I have left over for inventory and what he has, we do have some Evan X Max MLs, which I just filled a large order for a customer out of Oregon or something. And he ordered the gold service, which is we actually put them over the chronograph and we put a scope on them and provide shot cards. We actually do a full test on the guns to make sure not only are they operational, but are they shooting accurately. And I'm going to have to go back and look at those guns again because I shot the 35, the 45, well, the 30, 35, and the 45 in the Max ML. And man, did they shoot really, really well, like drilling out the center of the target. I'm like, okay, so I got to pull a couple of these out of the box and go back through them again. I was very, very impressed. And that's a gun. It's a woodstock bullpup that goes from 22. It could do 177, but I wouldn't buy 177. It goes from 22 to 50. It's just a really, really cool air gun. So I don't know what caliber I'm going to look at. I may pull the 35 out because I believe the 35 will run the polymags. If the polymags will fit in the mag, then I'm definitely going to do it. I don't know if you've added those to the site yet. I know those some of the ones I just sent you the inventory on. So I don't know if he's got a chance to add them up. But we're going to be getting the Max ML. I'll do some videos on that because those are just really, really cool guns. Also, I shot for the same order, I had to get ready a Max Air, which is the bullpup 30 cal semi-auto. And that was what a joy to shoot. Talk about just rapid fire drill out the center. That was very, very cool. Is it like half inch at 50? No, but it's an inch at 50. And it's an inch consistently at 50, pushing some pretty good energy. That was just a lot of fun to shoot. So, and I know also that Tyler's going to be carrying a lot of the higher end stuff, the Daystates and the Brococks and that stuff as well. So check out the website. I know that they've got some Origins in. I know he's got some gauntlets. I think he got some Gauntlet 30s in. Did you put those up? I'm going to just check. Maybe if you didn't, I apologize. Let's see. Let's see if he got those up on the site here. Yeah, so there's the gauntlet. So he's definitely, I know they had some Gauntlet 30s in. And so that's just a phenomenally awesome air gun, but in stock, ready to go if that's something you guys are interested in. The Gauntlet is one of my favorite guns, especially for the price point. I mean, I do like the more expensive stuff just for the shooting experience, but performance, power, accuracy, out of the box, just crushing it. That Gauntlet 30 is freaking hard to beat, period. Very, very cool. Let's see what else we got here. Timmy, they're saying lost power while. Yeah, that's, we've got a big generator. It's like, I don't know what it's like 50 or 100 kilowatt. It's a big turbo diesel generator. When we lose power, which happens regularly, it kicks on automatically and we can stay up and running. So we've had to run at least a day or two, maybe 3 days, sometimes in the past. They're pretty good about getting our power back because all these pipelines rely on this power. So we're on the priority list, which is kind of cool. So kind of happens quick. All right, let's get back over to just some other announcements. I need to update the Airgun Expo website. We are having Airgun Expo. Awesome. Just so you guys know, we will be having it the last full week of October, which is like the 24th and 28th. I will be updating the website here shortly to get that done. So a couple things. If you are a manufacturer or vendor and you want to support Airgun Expo, reach out. Our website, you reach out to the website, you can give me a call, however you want to do it, reach out, because this year we're going to be doing things differently. Last year we about killed ourselves, not literally, but last year we ran ourselves ragged, I think, trying to do too much. And I've got to dial it back and be more realistic. So we're having like four live shows a day, which will be 3 range lives and 1 studio live, and then we'll have a nightly wrap where we just do this essentially, and we'll see whoever comes out. We'll have them on the panel, but it's going to be a limited number, so that's going to be 15 range and 5 studio, and that's it. That's going to be the fixed live coverage. If we will have interspersed between that canned coverage. So we're going to have released videos coming out, being released in the midst of all of that. In between the lives, we'll have videos being released. We probably will need to do the live directly on our website and share it as best we can to, say, Facebook or others, because, as you guys know, YouTube won't let me handle a gun on a live stream. Doesn't matter if it's an air gun. They will shut you down very, very quickly. So because of that, the lives are going to probably be done right over our website. We're going to try and share it to Gateway Airguns, which is going to be always a co-sponsor of the Airgun Expo because it's joined. Those two work together. And right now, we currently do not have a show sponsor yet, another co-sponsor, but I'll be reaching out to folks. And I know that we've got some cool guns in the works. I'm hoping to have some of our major sponsors to come out and show off some cool new products. So that's what we're working towards. Will be the last full week in October. If folks want to come out, you're welcome to do so. I can give you the name of a really decent hotel that's at least 45 minutes out, depending on how fast you want to drive the dirt roads. You can get here a little quicker, but it's a pretty decent place to stay. And I don't know if Angie will be able to make it out because it's right in the hunting season. So we've got a couple things that we'll just work it out. But I'll be here. We'll have other folks here. And I hope that we'll have some folks coming out. I know Joe wants to come out. I know some folks at Umarex would like to come out. And we'll just see how it goes. I would be nice if some of my friends, Daisy Gamo, can come out. But we'll see how all of that plays. And one of the things I really want to do is the nighttime bench rest. I think that's going to be just fun. I think we can just shoot some steel targets and do that live, have some fun with it. And that kind of stuff we can just do. I think Joe and I would really enjoy that. We'll see how that rolls. So we'll just see how it plays out. But anyway, last full week in October, we're going to be doing Airgun Expo. If you guys want to come out to visit, I can get you hooked up with a place, tell you where you can stay and how to get out here, and you're welcome to come hang out and be part of the festivities. We do need to keep the numbers reasonable. I don't know that we're going to have the droves of people coming out, but certainly we have enough space for some people to come out and hang out while we do some filming and shoot the breeze and shoot some steel and shoot some lead. So yeah, so that's what we got planned. Coming up next on AirgunWeb, I've got some other really good news. So if you guys have ever tried to do content creation regularly, and I know there's some folks up here that have wanted to do channels, and you start out and it's hard when you first start because it's just you have to really prove yourself before you get to a place where any money changes hands, or even any product changes hands. You got to prove yourself. And I know that for myself, when I first started, and this was when I just did a website and then was writing articles, I produced a year's worth of content before I got anybody to take me seriously about doing any work for them. So I had a major investment in time and money just to be able to consider the possibility of getting something off the ground. And it was much easier then than it is now. So to try and do something today, it's uphill big time. But to create content is hard. Angie has been doing it for years now for Gateway to Airgun, for AirgunWeb, and now at Gateway to Airguns, because she's the main video reviewer for Gateway to Airguns. So thank you, Angie, for all the time and energy put in. But I mean, I remember when you first came out and we just talked about the idea. It's a lot of work, and it takes hours and hours and hours to edit. Well, we're working on ways to streamline that. But the other thing is, if all goes well, we're going to have like a new video editor for Gateway to Airguns. And what that means is that we hope to get more content out on the grip review program. So, as we get more sponsors, specifically pro tier level sponsors, we're going to be able to have product come through that we can just do videos on. They're not paid videos. They're just us doing the videos. And from the proceeds we get from general advertising at GTA, we're going to be able to just commission videos with either Angie or myself, and I'd like to get other content creators involved as well. I think it's going to be really cool to just continue to expand that into who knows where that'll go. But I am excited that I was just working on some training with someone today, just finished up some training. And so if all goes well, we'll have like a dedicated video editor for GTA, which I think is just awesome. I think that's going to help Angie out. We're going to be able to get more videos produced and published, that's a good thing. Some of the upcoming videos we got, I've got two videos coming out. I've got one for AirgunWeb and I've got one for GTA of the new Gamo Magnum GR 25 cal. Spoiler, it doesn't like Gamo pellets. It barely tolerated the Hades, but it does really like the polymags. So I'm going to do another video coming up here soon of the polymags with that gun, and I may even take it on a little jackrabbit hunt. That'd be a good gun to take on a jackrabbit hunt for sure. Maybe jackrabbit hunt with that during the day, and then set up with something to shoot coyotes with at night, maybe the Gauntlet 2 or something. So certainly I want to if I kill something, I want to put it to some sense of use. I'm not going to eat a jackrabbit. They're nasty. But if I take one, and let's put it to some use where we can take a coyote out or something. So I just don't like to go out and just indiscriminately kill stuff for the sake of killing it. Maybe when I was a kid, I did that, but it's not my bag these days. All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Definitely so much want to say thank you to Airgun Pro Shop for being, for Tyler and Heidi for picking up Airgun Pro Shop and being able to take it forward. I am just super pumped. If I say super pumped and super excited one more time, I think y'all are going to throw something at me, but it just is the case. I am excited. I'll leave the super off for now. but I'm very thankful that that whole business is able to move forward. And I can't wait to see what it looks like a year from now. I cannot wait to see what that whole platform looks like. Guys, please go visit their website. Give them suggestions of how they can organize things better, whether you're a new air gunner looking for stuff based on activity, or you're an old timer. You say, you know, Rick, I shoot bench rest. I want these JSP pellets. I don't want to have to drill through a ton of things. I just want to go find these things I want. Give them and me, because I'm really the one helping with the organization of the website. Let us know what will help you. And so we want to make that happen. Again, I want to say thank you to Gateway to Airguns. If you guys haven't joined the GTA, please do. I am very, very late on getting the next batch of giveaways up and going. I hope to be in a place where, as we roll into the 1st of September, I'm going to have some stuff to share with you guys. I believe I have to look at my schedule, but I don't think I'm going for blood test next Tuesday. So we may be doing another show next week. And then I know the next week I got to skip it. But we'll see. I'll let everybody know ahead of time if we're going to have a show next week. But I think we will. I think we got a show for next week. So that'll be that. Guys, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And thank you guys for your continued support and watching the videos and your comments. And I think one of these days I'm going to compile a whole list of comments that I find interesting, and maybe do a whole show just on responding to comments. Again, those in themselves are good, bad, and ugly, right? But anyway, I look forward to doing that. Guys, if you have suggestions for the show or things you'd like to see, let us know, and we'll look to make it happen. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors: Airgun Pro Shop, PyramydAir. Don't forget, PyramydAir's SubMOA contest ends like September 19th. So if you haven't gotten up to do that, go do that. Please get your entry in. Why not? You can win some cool free stuff, man. Just go do that. Thank you to Airguns of Arizona. Thank you to Hawk and JSP and everybody else. So we're going to call it, guys, Gamo Daisy. See, Daisy National videos are being edited. They're almost done. So we've got a lot of really cool stuff that you're going to be dropping in September. So that's going to be it for now, guys. Have a great rest of your week, and thank you again for joining us up here. And we'll see you next time. Bye.